بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اليوم أعبر عن سعادتي الكبيرة لأني أشارككم افتتاح ناد للغة العربية، وهو افتتاح أسوة بالأندية المتخصصة الأخرى التي افتتحتها CBA College of Global Studies التي تضيء دروب الدراسات العليا لجيل المستقبل لكم أيها الباحثون والباحثات. إنه مستقبل تصنعونه بأحلامكم وأفهامكم وعزائمكم أيضا. في البداية أشكر البروفيسور حفيظ الدين المساعد للغة العربية، وهو الذي دعاني إلى هذا الحدث الهام الذي يستمد أهميته منكم بقدر ما تساهمون فيه كي تكون المرحلة القادمة بعده مختلفة تماما عما سبقها، بما تقدمونه لمحبي ودارسي اللغة العربية في هذه الأرض البعيدة جغرافيا، ولكنها الأرض القريبة تاريخيا وثقافيا. نحن لا ننسى أن أشهر رحالة العرب ابن بطوطة جاء إلى هذه الأرض الطيبة، وأننا كأحفاد ابن بطوطة من العرب الرحالة لا نزال نستمتع بالمجيء إلى هنا بعد 8 قرون من تلك الرحلة. وفي هذه الفترة الزمنية تبادل العرب وأبناء كيرلا الترحال بينهم، فجئنا نطلب الطبيعة الطيبة والعلاج الطبيعي والثمار السخية والأطعمة الحريفة، وسافرتم أنتم إلى شبه الجزيرة العربية وإلى الأزهر الشريف في مصر طلبا للعمل الكريم والعلم الثمين. وقد جعلتنا هذه الرحلات والإقامات المتبادلة عائلة واحدة، فرغم اختلاف الألسن واللهجات في أبناء تلك العائلة الكبيرة، إلا أن هناك لغة واحدة تجمعنا وتجعلنا متآلفين، ألا وهي اللغة العربية. ويأتي حرصكم على حماية هذه اللغة ضمن حرص المرء على حماية أبناء أهل بيته، فاللغة تمثل الهوية سواء تحدثنا بها في العلم أو الدين أو التجارة أو حتى في العلاقات الأسرية. أنتم محب اللغة العربية، وهي ستبادلكم هذا الحب بالقدر نفسه، فاللغة كائن حي يستمد بقاءه من رعايته، والرعاية تبدأ داخل هذا النادي، لكنها ستصبح مثل شجرة وارفة الظلال تمد أغصانها وثمارها إلى خارج هذه الجدران. أبارك لكم الافتتاح، وأدعو أن تثمر جهودكم بكل الخير لكم وللغة وللمجتمع، وبالطبع للكلية التي سمحت بإضافة ناد لهذه اللغة المقدسة، لغة القرآن الكريم. شكرا لكم. أشرف باليزيد، مصر.
Dear friends, today we are happy that the Department of Arabic is inaugurating its year's activities, and got we have got an eminent personalities to inaugurate the functions. Also, we have personalities from other countries also. As you know, the Arabic language is one of the most popular languages of the world. It is one of the 6 official languages of UNO, and also about 1.8 billion people speak this language. And since that being the main official language of Islam and Muslims, Arabic has also its vast importance as a religious language. And Quran, which is the most read book in the world, is in Arabic, and it is the main pillar of the language and Arabic literature. From the time of Prophet Muhammad onwards, you see with the arrival of the Quran that the Arabic became very popular in the world. And when the Arabs, they spread in different parts of the world as rulers, as visitors, and also as the men of investigation, that they spread their language. So you see, though it was originally the language of Hijaz or Yemen, but with the advent of Islamic rule in different parts of the world, even Persian was Arabicized, and even Indian languages like Urdu, which became very close to Arabic, and also in many countries in Asia, South Asia and Southeast Asia, that you see all their languages were mixed with Arabic. So when Arabs, they traveled across the world with their trade and missionary activities, but you see that this language was attached to the culture of the people who lived in these areas, and also the Arabic pronouns, proverbs and everything became a part of their life. So in this connection, Arabic has become very much popular with the coming of oil in West Asia and in Middle Eastern countries. And this was also one of the main reasons that Arabic was modernized, and the Arabic literature and Arabic prose and poetry became one of the interesting subjects of the whole men of letters. So here you see famous Arab poets, Abu Nuwas and also even Umar Khayyam, and their poetry was well influenced the European literature. And many of even the Divine Comedy of Dante and also the other Renaissance literature were very much influenced, and the impact of Arabic language is there. So when we look to in every aspect, you see the language is very, very much influential among the world people. And even in Europe, with the migration of the Arabs to these countries, that in France and also in US and in different parts of the world, that there also the influence of the literature Arabic is there. And with the establishment of Osmanic or Ottoman Empire, that spread even to the European countries like Greece and Balkan countries, that the Arabic had influence there also. So now what you see, that the Arabic has become an inevitable language as a world language, and its promulgation by the Arab countries, particularly Saudi Arabia and many other countries, they are taking interest to spread this language to the nook and corner of the world. So it is in this context, the Arabic Department of CPA College of Global Studies is inaugurating their activities of the year. I wish all the success to the members of the staff and also to the authorities, the friends and the colleagues of this college, and who had taken their interest in the inaugural function of this college. Thank you very much.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، وأصلي وأسلم على خاتم الأنبياء والمرسلين محمد بن عبد الله الصادق الأمين، ثم أما بعد. Dear all, I'm really happy to be a part of this function, and I would like to thank the organizers of this program, which is related to Arabic Club in the CPA College of Global Studies in Malappuram district. And more specifically, I would like to thank the Assistant Professor of Arabic, Mr. Hafizuddin, for inviting me to deliver a talk in this function. In fact, I have been here in Kerala for almost 5 years, and I could notice that Kerala is one of the most, Kerala is one of the most places that take care of Arabic language. Not only that, I could see that teachers and students who learn Arabic language, and here I'm talking about standard Arabic, they are really fluent and they can communicate. I can say that they know the literature of Arabic language more than the Arab people. And I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud of being here in Kerala. Kerala, which I usually describe as a safe area with peaceful people. Today, you are inaugurating the program of Arabic club in your college, which means that you will be teaching the language skills, Arabic skills, and maybe the language grammar, of course, because grammar is really important. To acquire a language is not a difficult thing and not an easy thing at the same time, which means that if you love a language, you can master it and acquire it easily. Just you need to have an ambition, you need to have a desire to master that language. If you love it, you will get it easily. Not only in mastering a language or learning a language, in anything in this life. If you want to master a craft or a skill, first you need to love that thing. Then you can simply do it. In fact, if you need to master a language, you need to practice it. And the best way to master a language and to acquire it is to practice it. Practice it again and again. You listen too much, you speak too much, you read too much, then you write too much. And my advice for you as a linguist, I don't want you to mainly focus on grammar. I need you to focus on the language skills. And if you practice language skills, which are 4, as I already mentioned, listening, speaking, reading, and writing, grammar will come by the passage of time. The more you practice the skills, the more the grammar becomes easier for you. So, don't try to make it difficult for you. Don't try to have something called grammar phobia. Grammar phobia is one of the main problems that learners of a new language suffer from a lot. So, learn grammar, it's okay, but don't hesitate to speak or to practice because you will have some grammatical mistakes. It's okay. And dear, when you start learning or mastering a language, of course you will face a lot of difficulties and challenges. Why? Because you are learning or you are mastering a new system, a new linguistic system. So your brain has to be familiar or has to get familiar with that new system. So you need to practice again and again, then your brain can get familiar with that language. And one important thing that I need to advise you as students is that don't feel shy or hesitant. Just try to speak. Even if you get mistakes, that's not a problem. Trial and error. We try. We make a mistake. We learn. We get it perfectly. So, practice makes perfection. You have to understand that. That is very important. And my advice for you as teachers, from my point of view as a linguist, I advise you to make the mastery of a language that you are teaching, which is Arabic, easy for people, easy for students. Don't make it complex. Don't focus on grammar that much. Grammar will come by the passage of time. How long have you been teaching or learning Arabic grammar? How long we Arab people have we learning Arabic grammar? Long period. Yet we still have some grammatical problems when we speak. Why? Because we keep focusing on grammar, grammatical mistakes. We think that a language is grammar. No. A language is about skills. A language consists of 4 skills. If you master those skills, then grammar will come by the passage of time. Learning grammar, that's okay. That's not a problem. But don't make it a problem. Yes. So, at the end, I have only to thank you again and congratulate you for such an initiative that can enhance the mastery of Arabic language in Kerala, especially in your district. And all the best. Keep it up. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.